Welcome to the Action Hero Podcast. Get ready for two seriously addictive action stories. We're serving them up in a fun, adventurous way, and the masterful storytelling is going to leave you craving more tales of adventure and carnage. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, we've got a really cool pair of stories for you today that really get at the heart of what action is all about. I mean, yeah, there's the spectacle and all that, but we're really diving into the human responses to these intense situations.
First up, let's imagine a world where humanity's, staring down extinction. We've got Martian invaders with, way better weapons. But get this. We didn't just surrender. Think resistance fighters fueled by pure desperation, scavenging alien tech. Talk about guts.
It's a total underdog story, but with this super interesting twist, the enemy's own tech becomes the key to their, well, potential downfall. It really makes you think about the limits of technology, even when it seems overwhelming, when you're up against ingenuity and adaptability.
Exactly. And right there on the front lines, we meet Jenny. Okay, picture this. London is just a wasteland. Martian tripods everywhere, death rays cutting through buildings. And Jenny, she's stuck inside a wrecked Martian mech. Talk about being in the thick of it.
Yeah, the setting just throws you right into this, desperate situation. It's not just a battle, it's a fight for survival in a world that's been totally changed by this alien invasion.
So then these Martian drones show up, awful buzzing things. And Jenny and her co-pilot Ash, they're trapped. Looks like game over, right? But then Jenny starts messing with the wrecked Martian controls. Total gamble. Could blow them to pieces, could do nothing. It's pure instinct,
That moment where she improvises under that kind of pressure, that's what it's all about. It's the heart of resilience, thinking on your feet,
Yeah.
using whatever's around, even if it's broken enemy tech.
And then boom, one of the drones just implodes, sparks flying everywhere, metal twisting. Then two more just die, dead. Jenny's in shock. Then this huge grin spreads across her face. And she's yelling about, rewiring Martian toys.
That's when things change. They realize the Martians aren't invincible. They're not gods. This tiny little victory gives them a spark of hope.
It's like a chain reaction. Suddenly, every piece of Martian junk becomes a weapon. Mechanics, hackers, everyday people, they're all risking their lives to get power cores, anything they can use. It's not the military leading this, it's the tinkerers, the brave ones. Super dangerous work.
Yeah, it really changes how you think about war. The old rules are gone, and the people who can actually get their hands dirty, they become crucial. Necessity is the mother of invention, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you're up against an alien invasion.
And out of this junkyard war, a legend is born. Junkyard Jenny. Her mech is this crazy Frankenstein thing, cobbled together from scrap, held together by, pure willpower and covered in scars. It becomes a symbol, The Martians, they're not so scary anymore. Fear turns into, the story calls it vicious glee.
Wow, vicious glee, that says it all, doesn't it? They realize they can fight back, they can hurt the enemy, the whole dynamic shifts.
The final battle goes down in what used to be Jenny's hometown. No strategy. Just her in this patched-up mech, dodging plasma fire. She goes straight for the weak spots, literally rips the glowing heart out of a Martian war machine. The Martian comms are going crazy. You can practically hear them panicking.
It's they never expected this. They're all about technology and logic. But she uses intuition, a less predictable approach, and it works.
And then silence. The last tripod falls. Jenny's exhausted, but there's this weird moment where she feels a little sorry for them. They weren't gods. They were just conquerors who underestimated us. Big mistake.
That little bit of empathy, even after this brutal war, that's what makes her a hero. She sees their humanity, even when they didn't see hers. It makes you think about how easily we can dehumanize the enemy,
Yeah. The cost of victory was huge, but now they have all this alien tech. A new future. Ash offers Jenny a drink, then just casually asks about building a spaceship. A year ago, that would have been a joke. Now, Jenny's sketching plans in the dust. The war is over, but the drive to rebuild, to reach for something more, it's just beginning.
It's a powerful image, right? That transition from survival to ambition, it shows how strong the human spirit is, how even the worst situations can lead to incredible things.
So from this massive war, we shift gears to something smaller, but just as intense. Bullet Valley. Kind of ironic for a town that's supposed to be quiet. We meet Deputy Finn O'Leary. He's expecting a normal day. Peaceful small town stuff. Then Mamba Pemberton shows up, all worked up. Says her antique gun, the Widowmaker, has been stolen. And she blames the Caldwells. An old feud, generations old.
It just goes to show conflict can happen anywhere. Global war or a small-town feud, the intensity is real and the consequences can be devastating.
Finn thinks it's just a silly argument over a rusty old gun. But then he finds this letter, over 100 years old. It's a threat, raw anger, demanding the gun back, or else. This isn't just some story anymore. It's a legacy of hate, and it's dangerous.
Yeah, that letter, it's like a physical reminder of the past. Those old grudges, they don't just disappear. They can shape the present, and it's scary how they can lead to more violence.
And of course, the townspeople have all these crazy stories about the Widowmaker. Midnight duels, ambushes in Dead Man's Gulch. The local legend says it's cursed, brings bad luck, even death, to whoever owns it. Like the gun itself is evil or something.
Objects can become really powerful symbols. They absorb all the emotions and events around them. Those stories, they shape how people see things, and sometimes they can make those stories come true. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy kind of thing.
So Finn goes to the Caldwell Ranch to talk to Silas. He's expecting a standoff, maybe a shootout, right? But Caldwell's tired. He says his grandfather stole the gun, wants nothing to do with it, just wants the whole thing to be over. Not what Finn expected at all.
It shows that things aren't always black and white. The feud is more complicated than it seems. Maybe there's more to the story than just pure hatred.
But then things get worse.
Yeah.
Finn goes back to Ma Pemberton's place, finds her hurt. And the Widowmaker is gone again. It's not just a theft anymore. It's something way more dangerous. He doesn't know who to trust.
Yeah, the stakes just keep getting higher. There's this sense of danger, like a powder keg ready to explode, and nobody knows who's going to light the fuse.
And then it hits Finn, Toby, the blacksmith's kid. Always curious, always getting into things. And Finn realizes this isn't about a feud anymore. It's about a kid with a loaded legendary gun. It could end in disaster.
It's heartbreaking, isn't it? It shows how these cycles of violence can trap innocent people, and it makes you think about the responsibility we have to break those cycles.
Finn runs to Dead Man's Gulch. It's getting dark. He smells gunpowder in the air. And there's Toby, holding the Widowmaker. He wants to be the fastest draw in town. Another generation caught up in this myth.
That image of a kid playing with such a dangerous thing, it's a reminder that those old stories, they have power. They can influence anyone, especially someone who doesn't understand the real danger.
Just as Toby's about to fire, there's a gunshot. Comes from the shadows. Toby drops the gun. And there's my old Pemberton, gun in her hand, smoke rising. And she says, "Didn't figure you'd be the one to break the curse, deputy." She planned this whole thing. She wanted the gun back no matter what.
Wow, that's a twist. Suddenly she's the villain. She's so obsessed with the gun, she's willing to hurt people to get it.
And that's when Finn gets it. It wasn't the gun that was cursed. It was the greed, the hate that it caused, all those years, poisoning the town. He says everyone aimed to kill Ma, even their own.
The real curse is inside us, isn't it? The gun was just a tool, but it brought out the worst in people. It makes you think about what other things in our lives might be doing the same thing.
The feud is over, for now. And Finn. He decides to melt down every gun he can get his hands on, one bullet at a time. It's a small thing, but it's a start.
It's like he's trying to get rid of the things that caused the violence. It's a powerful symbol, a hope for a future without so much pain.
Two incredibly different stories, both action-packed, both with heroes in unexpected places.
Yeah, they show how resilient humans can be. In the first story, they're fighting for survival against impossible odds. What struck you about that fight? How far do you think people can go when they have to?
I was blown away by their ingenuity. Those everyday people, figuring out how to use alien weapons. It makes you wonder what we're all capable of when the pressure's on.
And in Bullet Valley, we saw how something as small as a gun could tear a community apart. It makes you think about the things in our own lives that might be doing the same thing. Maybe not so dramatically, but just as powerfully.
Absolutely. It's a reminder to be aware of those hidden widowmakers, the things that fuel conflict, whether it's prejudice, old grudges, or just plain stubbornness.
Both stories remind us that action isn't just about explosions and fighting. It's about the choices we make, the cleverness we use, and the courage to break free from bad patterns.
Exactly. Thanks for listening to the Action Hero Podcast. Don't forget to rate and follow for more Action Hero episodes. There's always another adventure waiting.